Today we are checking out the different parts of the guitar. So we're going to look at the acoustic guitar, we're going to check out the electric guitar, the different parts, the differences between them. We're going to go through parts of the actual guitar itself, what they do, that sort of stuff. So I hope you find this video helpful. Alright, so let's start with the acoustic. So this is a steel string acoustic guitar. The acoustic guitar comes in various different types of forms. You can get nylon string acoustic guitars, which could be used, for example, for classical, flamenco, Spanish sort of music. You've got your steel string guitars as well. You've got acoustic guitars that have the opening, right? Other guitars that have like built-in pickups, or it's closed off for picking up the sound, for example. You've got standard 6-string acoustic guitars. You've also got 12-string acoustic guitars, which essentially gives you just a bigger sound when you're strumming chords. You've got, in this case, you've got acoustic guitars that can be plugged into a sound system, into an amp, for example. So, for example, this guitar has got an input for a lead that can go into an amp or through a DI into a sound system, into a front of house setup. And in this case, it'll have a few knobs on the front there for adjusting the bass, the treble, and the volume. It'll generally take a 9-volt battery as well, and that's that. So acoustic guitar, very cool. A lot of guitarists that I know started off with acoustic guitars, including myself. Getting a basic, less than $100 acoustic guitar, you can start practicing at home, start learning some bits and pieces, and you can go from there. So that is the acoustic guitar. So you've got the head, you've got the neck of the guitar itself, where your strings go on. So on here you've got your six plugs here for tuning. So you run your strings through here, down to the other end of the guitar, right? And you can actually tune it up or down to make the note go up or down, the actual string go up or down as well. Alright, so standard guitar, this is you can get also single body, it's in terms of the wood, alright? So this is actually got the neck is one piece, and then the guitar itself, the actual body, is a second piece. So you can get better ones, they're going to be a bit heavier, sometimes lighter depending on the material. You can get full body ones as well. So that is the basics of the acoustic guitar. You've also got frets. All right, so you've got these sort of bridges, all right, these nuts on each fretboard, all right. So that's your fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, all the way up to 12, all the way up here, and then it just goes up from there. You'll also find that some acoustic guitars are closed off, all right, so they won't have this the inlet here, all right. So this is helpful if you want to put your hand up the top of the guitar. If you have a lick or you want to hold a chord up the top. Other guitars may not have that, so it's going to be a full rounded sort of shape there as well. Okay, then you've got useful bits here where you've got some dots. You may or may not be able to see that. Dots on the actual fretboard itself to let you know essentially where you're at. So you're at the 3rd fret, you're at the 5th, you're at the 7th, you're at the 9th, you're at the 12th. Up to the 15th, and so on and so forth. All right. The electric guitar that is used for a lot more, let's say rock, blues, jazz sort of music, gives you a different sound to an acoustic. You can get pedals, like effects pedals, for example, for the electric guitar that can simulate acoustic guitars. But if you're after an acoustic sound, use an acoustic guitar. If you're after more of an electric guitar sound, go for an electric guitar. You can add a lot of effects through this as well to give you different sort of sounds, distortion if you want to go for more of a rock sound, a bluesy rock or a full heavy rock sort of a sound as well. Hence the name, it is an electric guitar. So it actually has an input, or an output, sorry, from your guitar that you will run into an amplifier or through effects boards. So similar to the acoustic, you've got your head with the knobs here for where the strings go through, so you can tune it up and down. You've got your fretboard and the different frets, 1, and then you've got your 12, and it goes upwards. All right. Again, this is a This is a Les Paul guitar, so it's a Gibson Les Paul guitar. You'll find that there are different sorts of guitars with different shapes. Electric guitars in general will come in different shapes and sizes. Some are just for look value, others will create different sounds, right? So this guitar, for example, is extremely heavy because it's a solid wood, right? It's going to create a more warm sort of a sound. Then you've got hollow body ones as well, where they may have cutouts. So it's going to create some sort of a nicer ambient hollow type of a sound. You've got, well, look, there's a lot of range of guitars, and picking the one that you want would be something that you'd have to do. You'd have to sit down, play the different types, and sort of see what guitar suits you. On the electric, you've got also a few different little accessories here. All right, so you got what's called pickups. All right, on the acoustic guitar, if we look back in here, inside that hole, right? So on a standard nylon string, let's say on a nylon string that is not an electric guitar, the sound comes out of that, okay? And if you want to run it through a system, you would run it through a microphone. So you'd hold up a microphone to that hole there. So that's essentially where the guitar comes out, where the sound comes out, all right? If I strum an electric guitar without having it plugged into an amp, you're not going to get as much of a sound as when I strum one of these. Whoops. All right, because it's actually echoing inside of the hole, inside of the body of the guitar, and then coming out and giving you the sound that you want. Now, because this is an electric acoustic, it's actually got a pickup within the body of the guitar. All right, so that is similar to a pickup from here. All right, so these pickups, there's a pickup at the top, pickup down the bottom, okay? And this will actually pick up the vibrations of your strings and then broadcast that through the output on the bottom of your guitar. You've also got a knob here. Again, different guitars will have different plugs here. Some may have more than one of these. Essentially what this does is it lets me switch between my pickups. So at the top, I'm using this pickup, so the sound will get picked up from here. In the middle, it uses both at the same time, so the sound gets picked up from both, and then down the bottom, it uses, or it's the other way around. I think it's the other way around. Look, either way, yeah, I think it's the other way around. Anyway, it'll pick up the sound from one of the pickups or both of the pickups. There are guitars with 3 sets, it'll pick up the sound. So you'll notice that as you play around with this, the sound that comes from the strings here are different to the sounds that come from here. So experimenting between that will give you a more desired effect, all right? Then you've got the knobs here. Essentially, I've got 4 of them. Yours may be different, but I've got 2 for my volumes of each individual pickup, all right? So I have it up. This is volume up, that is that volume up. So if I have it in the middle, I can actually play it. I can put that volume to come out from this one, only half, and then come out from this one full, right? And then I've got the 2 knobs here for essentially for doing my treble and my bass individually for each pickup as well. All right, so similarly to a acoustic guitar, your strings go in through the back here, run all the way up your fretboard, and then into the head, into the holes there for your string. So, all right. I hope you find this helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, Digital Stereo Guitar, for a whole bunch of more videos.